for today's video, we are going to be going over text features. Remember, text features. Authors choose text features to help explain ideas or to help readers locate information. So yesterday we went over this poster, and today we'll be going over this one. But let's go ahead and review yesterday's text features. Words in bold text are darker than other words. It means they are important. So right here, do you see this? How this right here is darker than the rest? It means this is important. Bigger text is usually more important than smaller text. See how this is bigger? Labels. Labels name parts of a picture. So this is a picture of a tree, and here is leaf pointing to the leaves, trunk pointing to the trunk. Now remember, not all labels have an arrow. They don't have to have an arrow to be a label. And here's the new one we focused on yesterday, italic text. Italic text is leaning to the right. It means pay attention or read with more feeling. Okay, so here's an example of italic text. Do you see how it looks and slanted to the right? And the rest of the text is not. Italic text. Italic text, text that is slanted to make it stand out as important. Okay, so those are those text features from yesterday. And here are the text features we are going to be focusing on today. Text can be in different colors. The colors can mean something or just be for fun. So we'll see headings that are colorful, and that lets us, the reader, know, hey, that's important. Let's pay attention to that. So here's labels. We just went over that a minute ago. Then we have pictures, which may be drawings. So pictures, and then there's photographs. Pictures are drawings. Photographs are taken with cameras, remember? And then we have maps. Maps are small pictures of big places, okay? So these are the ones we're focusing on today. Text that is in color, labels, pictures, and maps. So here are some important words that we need to focus on today. Text feature. Go ahead and say that. Speech balloon. Dialogue. Okay, text feature. A special part of text such as punctuation, label, or style of text that can call out something important. So for text features, just think of bold text, think of bigger text, colorful text, italic text, okay? Think of pictures, photographs, maps, labels, diagrams, all the text features we've gone over. They're all important because they're meant to help us, the reader, better understand what we're learning and what we're reading, okay? So that's why they're important. Speech balloon. I have an example of this on the next slide that I'll show you. Go ahead and say that with me. Speech balloon. Good job. Speech balloon, a text feature in a picture that shows what a character says. So I'll show you that in a minute. Dialogue. Go ahead and say the word dialogue. Good job. Now, we've gone over dialogue before. We went over this whenever we went over plays. The words that characters in a story or drama say aloud to each other. So think of the conversations between characters, or whenever you're talking to someone, you're having a conversation, a dialogue. Okay? So here are some examples. Again, dialogue. See how they're talking to each other, talking back to one another? And then right here, get out of the way, here is the speech balloon. Do you see this? So this cat says, cute fish. This cat is saying, cool colors. And then this cat is saying, nice work. So what is this called? Speech balloon. And then what is it whenever characters are talking? Dialogue. Perfect. Let's go ahead and look at an example of a story and see if we can't find these text features. Text that is in color, some labels, pictures, and maps. All right, so here is the story. I am Amelia Earhart. Notice how the text right here is bigger and it's in color. Oh, right here. This right here is italic text. For Lila, my daughter, who makes me feel like I'm soaring. So this is meant to stand out and let us, the reader, know, hey, pay attention to this. You can also read it with feeling. So let's go ahead and look for some text features. Notice, is this a photograph or is this pictures done with a pencil and crayon and whatnot? They're pictures, they're not photographs. What is this? They're little speech bubbles, right? Here's one. Amelia, are you sure this is a good idea? This isn't a good idea. It's the best idea. They're having dialogue. They're having conversation. So dialogue was one that I wanted to go over. So a speech bubble. We saw bigger text, colorful text. Some pictures right here. Right here, this is in color. It stands out, right? And notice, I was flying. Do you see how this word is even bigger than the rest of the text? It's meant to stand out. Another speech bubble. Another speech bubble. And right here, that was awesome. It's nice and big. It's meant for us, the reader, to read it out loud. More speech bubbles, pictures. Okay, so I think we've gone over them. Let's see. I don't think they has a picture of a map, but we've seen pictures of maps before. So what I also want to go over, another text feature I really want to go over with you, is something called curved text. Can you say curved text? Good. So I'm going to show you an example of curved text. Do you see how this is curved a little bit? I want to show you another example of curved text. Remember the story, Pele? Trying to get to the cover. Sorry about that. Look right here. Is this curved? Yes, curved. Curved text can wrap around the art or make reading more fun. So, do you see how this is curved? Sometimes you'll see this in titles, but also in this book. This book also has some curved text. Do you see that? So again, this is just to make the reading more fun, and it's usually around the art. See if there's any more examples. No, see how this is just straight across? Straight across. Kind of slanted a little bit. Straight across. I know there's one more example here in a minute. Here we go, curved text, okay? So those are just some different examples of text features that I wanted to go over with you. Let's go ahead and go back over here. All right, so I hope you enjoyed learning about those different text features. So we've gone over bold text, bigger text, labels, italic text, which is slanted. Let's see, text that is in color, pictures, maps, speech balloons, and then dialogue. And then what was the new example that we just went over? Curved text, right? So that's whenever the text is curved, and it makes the reading more fun. It's wrapped around, and when we're reading it, it just kind of makes it look and feel more fun when we're reading, okay? So that's that. Let's go ahead and quickly go over biography. Biography tells about the life of a fake person or real person. A real person tells us why the person is important, events from the person's life, and then information about where the person lived, worked, or traveled. And then the last thing it really goes over is ways the person made a difference in the world. Sometimes we'll see artwork, sometimes we'll see photographs, sometimes we'll see both. And then we usually read the events in order, from earliest part of their life to the latest. Remember, it doesn't always start from when they were born. Sometimes it just starts from their childhood, and then it just works its way up until they're an adult. Sometimes we see a timeline, sometimes we don't see a timeline. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's little lesson over text features and biography.